Hey guys, my name's Jason Schuster. I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I own Integrard Spine and Body Solutions. It's a continuing education company teaching other doctors how to do a couple things. There's specific peptide therapies that significantly increase the amount of telomerase and that actually lengthen telomeres. NMN and NR are two that have been shown to increase telomerase and telomere length. Increased NAD+ helps improve telomere function and length. Sirtuins help improve telomere function and length. A couple of the peptides that we mentioned before, MOTC especially, and another one called epithalin, those are mitochondrial peptides that help improve telomerase activity and telomere length and the health and function of the cell. B vitamin derivatives are very, very important for telomerase production. Again, NMN, all this stuff. So all of this stuff in all of these classes, you guys, the vitamins, the nutrition, the peptide therapy, the information about the epigenome, you need to understand all these different parts of it for it to make sense with each other, right? Like you can have some understanding if you understand like what telomerase is and what mitochondria are, but you're not going to have a comprehensive in-depth grasp of it unless you understand all of these things in relation to each other. And that's what I've been trying to do in these classes. As the telomeres shorten, your cell's lifespan is going down, your lifespan is going down. One of the things that happens as we age, like I've mentioned before, is we lose energy. Our cells lose the cellular mitochondria lose the ability to properly produce ATP, and we start to go into significant states of energy deficiency, which leads to a huge amount of age-related diseases and just aging in general. Telomere shortening is one of the most significant controllers of age, health span, and lifespan that we've found in the human body so far. It seems to be the case that if you increase cellular or chromosomal telomere length, the cells can replicate more and longer, and theoretically, if you can keep improving telomere length so the telomeres never shorten all the way, you can make immortal cells. And there's some jellyfish that seem to be able to do this, you guys. This stuff does happen in nature, right? It is possible to do it to human beings. And this is one of the things that people are trying to figure out. I'm all for trying to like regulate our telomere length with nutrients and supplements and food and stuff like that. What I'm not for right now, at least, and not anytime in the near future, is messing with the actual DNA and RNA, because we have no idea how that stuff is working and it's just not safe. But we can mess with it on different levels by putting the proper nutrients and vitamins into the body. We can improve the length of our telomeres, which makes our cells healthier. It makes them live longer, which makes us live longer, which is the goal. Senescence is just aging. As cells get older, as the telomeres shorten, they age, they go into senescence. When senescent cells start to accumulate, bad stuff happens. This is insane, you guys. This is why biology is so cool. If you look at animals like fish, for example, let's just take salmon, because I was a fly fishing guide for a decade. Amazing, it's this massive skein of eggs. What they've been able to show with animals that have eggs and that have more than one egg is if one individual egg gets infected with a bacteria, let's say, before the actual bacteria itself gets into the other eggs already start producing defenses against that bacteria, just like the cell the egg that's infected with the bacteria does. If you have 10,000 eggs and one egg gets infected with bacteria, before the bacteria can spread to the other eggs have already sensed somehow from that one egg. They've already been told by that one egg that something is wrong and that you need to make these proteins and these enzymes to help you stay healthy and to fight off this thing. So that's insane. And that is exactly how the cells in our body are working, you guys. We have trillions of cells in our body. They're all communicating with each other. Just because we have an area, like say we have like if you injected something in your hand, right, your brain is going to know about it almost immediately, right? And that has to do with like nerve conduction and that stuff, but it also has to do with cell-to-cell communication. And we know this stuff happens for a fact. We don't understand this really at all, but this is one of those things. It's like, how do the cells know to tell each other? Or do they actually know? Or is it just like an electric potential thing combined with chemical potential and osmosis? Is it a different dimension? I mean, these are things that people are thinking about. It's very, very interesting to me. overall, if your telomeres are shortening, you're going to have more old senescent cells close to each other, and they're not going to be able to communicate properly. So it's not just a problem with the cells themselves getting old and decrepit. It's when they get old and decrepit, they can't communicate with each other, so they start not only affecting that specific area, but everything else, and that leads to body-wide dysfunction, which is one of the things that autoimmune disease is, you guys. Chronic sympathetic hyperactivity, one of the hallmarks of aging. It's basically chronic inflammation. It causes all the hallmarks of aging, and it's one of the hallmarks of aging. Vagus nerve is the most parasympathetic dominant structure in the human body. It's the 10th cranial nerve. They call it, in Greek, I think, the wandering nerve. It is a nerve that comes out of our brainstem. It connects all of our organs to themselves and to the brain. And it's the primary connector between the gut-brain axis, or the enteric nervous system, and the brain, which is super duper important to produce things like serotonin, dopamine, all sorts of other things. Remember, you guys, we have more bacteria in our gut than we have cells in our body, and the bacteria produce a huge percentage of our neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, and they affect a huge amount of other things that really, really affect mental health and physical health and vice versa. Dry needling, electrical vagus nerve needling, is one of the best ways to stimulate the parasympathetic autonomic nervous system, to reduce sympathetic hyperactivity, elevate parasympathetic activity, and achieve autonomic nervous system homeostasis. Exercise does the same thing. Supplementing and properly eating does the same thing, right? Peptide therapy does the same thing if you do this stuff correctly, right? Which is what this class is allowing you to do. So in these classes, you guys, that's what I'm basically trying to do, is give you the means and the information to do this stuff for yourself. Don't forget to check out our website at intricateartseminars.com. We have a 5-course board-certified nutrition series on there. We also have online dry needling courses, in-person dry needling courses, and in-person manipulation courses. And thanks for watching. Here is a free link to our first of the 5 nutrition courses. It's 5 CEUs. Anybody can take it. It's good for medical practitioners and anybody else that's looking to learn how to improve their health naturally and escape the criminal medical negligence of the public health system that is destroying the health of America.